Get in, check the screen, and nothing. So, I guess I gotta wait another day. No, it's not time. Okay, maybe another time. All right, let's check. Oh, no go. And no. Man, it's taking a while. I'm just gonna open it up. Oh, there it is. I think I got this little alert on my screen there. There it is. It is time to do this. Well, after over a week of the rollout of version 9, I finally have it in my Tesla Model 3. But the question is version 9 just all hype? Well, just like everybody else, I got that email on the day that they decided to start the rollout of releasing version 9 for Tesla. And it took over a week before I finally got that alert on my big screen saying that it was ready to download. Now, it did say, what's really cool is that it did say that it would take about 40 to 45 minutes. In all actuality, it only took about 10 minutes. So that was really cool that it didn't take very long. So let's not waste any time and get right into it. We're going to take a look at the screen and take a look at what's changed and what hasn't. We're going to start off at the lower left-hand corner here, the car icon, and really not much change. When we take a look at the overall bottom here, you can see there just really isn't a whole lot of change. You've still got all of the different sub-menus here, the lights, the locks, the display, the driving, autopilot, navigation, safety and security, the service, all that stuff, and of course the ever so popular glove box. But again, not much change there. The music, there has been a little bit of change here. We're going to go ahead and kind of pop it up, and what we're looking at here is a little bit bigger menu, so it does take a little bit more real estate when we are looking at the radio. So you've kind of got all of your menus here at the bottom, which is kind of nice that it's all in one spot for the radio, streaming, phone, tune in. Then of course you can search for any music there. Then you've got all of your radio stations, you got all of your internet radio stations there as well. And it used to be you had to kind of go into a different menu to find your recents, but now all of your recents are kind of conveniently in this one spot right here. And then of course up top is what you have currently playing at the time. So again, takes up a little bit more real estate, but you can still go back to the old menu that you're used to with the favorites, top stations, DJ series, and the genres, all that good stuff there. And you can also bring it all the way down to where it just takes up that one little line at the bottom. All right, so the next thing we'll take a look at here is this next new menu. So you can see right here, now you've got different things within this menu. You've got the calendar, which I've synced it in here. My son has parkour for tomorrow, so it's putting it in there. I can see that I need to go to my son's NorCal parkour class. I can go to there and tap it, and then it will navigate to it. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, I already know how to get there, but that's kind of cool that it will do that here. All right, so again, take a look at some of the other categories here. You've got the energy consumption, and that's kind of a new feature that is new to the Tesla Model 3. You've got the average range, the instant range that you've got right here. You can adjust the miles. So kind of a nice added feature that I know a lot of people are hoping to get. The next one, and this is kind of fun, is the web browser. A lot of people at the Model 3 were wondering when and if we were ever going to get some kind of web browser. So that's kind of neat that we can now have a web browser. I think there are some limitations in there. I think I tried playing some video that didn't quite work. Let's try YouTube. Let's see if there's YouTube will play. YouTube.com. And we'll go ahead and press enter. And it should kind of load it all up. Again, keep in mind, we're on LTE service right now, so we are not on Wi-Fi. So let's just go to, I don't know, we'll do some kind of LN thing here. This is just kind of popping up. Yeah, your browser does not currently recognize any of the video formats available. So again, right now, as of right now, I'm not noticing that we can play any kind of videos. Doesn't look like that is going to happen. You can also see that there is the call feature. So you can do the dialer, you can dial any number, contacts, recents, all that good stuff. So the phone is still there. Now this is what's kind of weird and just maybe an oversight, but you can see right here you've got charging and camera, but notice what happens. We've got camera and charging right here. So I find that a little unusual that they're both kind of in that menu. It seems like kind of a wasted space, like something could be done here, or maybe more could be done with this space here, but you know what? It is what it is. All right, we move over to the right here, and you've got the seats, the passenger side, and of course you've got the driver's side. So if you want to turn those on and off, you can do that. And what's a little different here with the climate section is that you'll notice you've got the two different sides right here. What we can do is, looks like we can unsync it. How do we unsync it? Let's see if we can figure that out. Oh yeah, now it's synced, or synced together. So they're both at 70 degrees. And what's cool now is you have this little slider that you can access, so you can get to the number that you're looking for much faster. So if you're going from 70 to 80, it's a lot faster to get to 80 and vice versa. And then of course, then you can sync it, and you can see here, actually unsync it, that's right. So now we're not synced together. I can control my side, the passenger can control their side. Of course, then we can turn it off here as well. Another cool thing with the climate is this new animation in here, and you can kind of see just an easier way to control everything. So I think everyone's going to be pretty happy with that. There used to be a toggle you had to do if you just wanted to blow straight in your direction, and then you can control it up and down, and then you had to toggle another button if you wanted to separate it and have it blow this way and then blow that way. So you have that option, but now it's just all in one, and it's really easy to control here. Same thing on the passenger side, so I like that. Another thing I wanted to mention in climate control is the heated seats. There it is. You tap the seat and you have access to all the seats to heat. So if you want to turn them on one at a time, you do it and you're good to go. Now at the old version, if you wanted to turn them off, you had to turn them off individually. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, tap it 3 times, and then it would turn it off. You had to do it for all of them. But if you want, what's great now, say they're all on and you want to turn them all off, all you do is push all off and you're good to go. So just another nice little feature for the heated seats. All right, take it over to navigation now. And one of the things a lot of people had complained about is that this section right here with all the directions and turn-by-turn directions is now on the left side. It used to be over on the right side, and a lot of people complained that it was too far to the right, too far for the eye to travel. I don't know, I thought they were being a little nitpicky, but now that I've used it, it seems a lot better. Your eye and your head, your eye in general, doesn't have to travel as far to look for those directions. So that's kind of nice. I actually kind of like that added feature that they've moved it over. However, one thing I don't like is that all the way over here, if you want to change, say, the different directions that, facing north or facing south, or the trip here, all the different features here, you can look on the map, again, facing north. You have to look all the way over here and push it down over here. It'd be nice if it was maybe over here. But again, nitpicky, it still works. It's still a great feature. It's all good. Oh, another thing that I think is great, and I'll show that maybe in some video here, is they actually now put the exit number in there. And that's really nice because that can get confusing sometimes if you don't have the number. So if you're actually looking for the number, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm glad they put the exit number in there. And it looks like a few things have changed. In the top here, you can see that the clock is now over to the far left instead of the far right. A lot of people complained that they wanted to see what time it was. Once again, much like navigation, they had to look all the way to the right to see what the time is. And of course, now it's much closer. And again, noticing that it's a lot easier. There's your time. There's your Tesla icon right there. And then over to the right, you've got some of the new features, and one of them is this one right here, and that is the dash cam. And we'll go into that a little bit later. But you've got right over here the home button here, or that's the home link. And then, of course, you've got your LTE bars and your Bluetooth. I think those have all moved as well. So if you are looking for your LTE, you're going to have to look all the way to the right. So it's never perfect, right? So another new thing that we talked about is this camera with a red dot on it. That is the dash cam. That's kind of an exciting new feature that a lot of people were really looking forward to. So just kind of give you an idea how it works. Right down here, I've got a thumb drive. Now, that's nothing new. People use a thumb drive for their music, but now you need to use your thumb drive if you want to do the camera. So this is it right here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out. We'll go back up here, and then what you'll see is it'll disappear. So we are no longer recording. Now what I do is I can plug this in, and we look back up here, and there it is. All right, so how does this work? It's actually really easy. People talk about the formatting of it. All I did, I took my thumb drive. This is only a 4 gigabyte. They recommend an 8 gigabyte, so I'll probably get a bigger one, but it's really easy. You plug it in your computer, you delete everything you can, if not everything. Then you open a new folder in there. You create a new folder on the thumb drive called Tesla Cam with a capital T and a capital C. You then eject it from your computer, you put it back in here, and you're good to go. It's that simple. So there are a couple of features with this. As it records, then what you can do is you can do a long press, and it turns off. It stops recording. Then you can do another long press, and now it starts recording. So that's how you turn it on and off. Now, if there's an incident, say an accident or something you want from recent footage, you give it a quick tap. And you see that check mark that says, hey, I just put that on your thumb drive. So you need to remember that if you have some kind of accident, that if you want it on that thumb drive and want access to it, you're going to need to make sure that you tap that button, because it will not automatically do that for you. So that's kind of a fun little feature, the new dash cam on version 9. Now, of course, everybody was excited about the fact that you had Tesla Atari. So you tap on Tesla, you bring it on down. Let's bring this down here. And there's Atari. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm kind of maybe dating myself here a little bit here, but I was never really a fan of any of these games. You've got Centipede. Over here, you've got Lunar Lander. You've got Missile Command. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if we can turn the volume up. I didn't really hear anything. And then there's Centipede. Centipede's another one that a lot of people like. But again, I'm not really a big fan of any of these games. I know it may be sacrilege, and some people absolutely love these games. So you can control it from the screen right here. You can also go to full screen and control it by using the buttons on the steering wheel. So that's kind of fun. If you're bored, you're waiting to charge, it's kind of fun to maybe play these games. But I don't know. To be quite honest, I was never really excited about that. But again, that's kind of a fun new added feature. All right, I want to focus a little bit on the left side of the screen here, because again, there's not a lot of change going on here. Once again, you've got all the same controls here. You've got the auto wipe, and you've got your PSI, you've got your mileage as well, all your different trips, all that good stuff here. So none of that's really changed a whole lot. But what you will notice here, and since we're in park right now, you're not going to see it, is that when you're driving, the Model 3 that you're seeing on the screen is actually a little bit smaller. It's in perspective-wise, it's zoomed out a little bit more. So Tesla wanted to utilize all of the cameras that are on the car. So you're going to see more vehicles surrounding you. If you're at a stoplight, you're going to see cars behind you. You're going to see cars on either side of you, in front of you. You're going to see them all around you now, and you didn't see as many before. And what's really neat too is when you're driving, you will see cars passing you as well. And another thing that people have been commenting about, and maybe a bit of a safety feature, is if you put your turn signal on and there is a car in your blind spot, it will make a red line telling you that it's not safe. Now again, the safest thing for you to do is not use that, but to actually look in your blind spot. But one of the things that I would say that would be an added feature to that is not only doing the red line, but I think maybe in a future update it'd be neat if there was just a light audible noise to let you know that there's someone in your blind spot. Again, even though you should be checking on your own, it'd be kind of cool as if you did your turn signal in anticipation of changing to that lane, that not only did you see the visual signal with the red line, but maybe it'd be kind of cool if there was some kind of, like I said, a faint audible noise just to kind of give you that alert. So on a scale of 1 to 10, if I were to rate it, to be quite honest, I haven't had this car for that long. So this is an upgrade altogether, and I'm happy with it. You know, I think there are going to be people out there who are going to complain about just nitpicky little things. But as I mentioned earlier, the main thing here is we're moving forward. And that's all that's important to me. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 8 or 9. You know, I think there are some great improvements, but I also think there are a few things they could improve on. But it's not a deal breaker for me. I think it's great. So what do you think? Do you have a Tesla Model 3 and have the new version 9 on your Tesla? Are you happy with it? Are you unhappy with it? I'd love to hear what you think. And if you're watching from the outside and don't have a Model 3 just yet, do you think this is a step in the right direction with this new version? I'd love to hear your comments. If you like what you saw in this video, give it a thumbs up. And better yet, if you want to see more of my videos, subscribe to my channel. Just to kind of give you a quick overview, it's only about the Tesla Model 3. I've never owned a Tesla Model S or X. I think they're great cars, but I've never owned one, so I can't give you any insight on those cars themselves as far as the driving experience. So if you want to see more videos about the Tesla Model 3 and some advice, some tips, some tricks, things that I've learned along the way, then be sure to subscribe. Until my next video, stay safe.